from the Islamic State. And while we're on baffling Obama behaviors, here's the Blaze Radio's Greg Moore.
President Obama saying much of the world is united against the scourge of violent extremism and terrorism.
ISIL is terrorizing the people of Syria and Iraq and engaging in unspeakable cruelty, the wanton murder of children, the enslavement and rape of women.
In a speech to foreign ministers at the State Department, Obama says the U.S. and allies will not relent in the campaign against ISIS in Iraq and Syria. Obama repeating his earlier statement that the U.S. is not at war with Islam.
The Blaze Radio's Kay Long reports one expert says the man who killed Chris Kyle is faking crazy.
Eddie Ray Routh currently on trial in Texas. The psychologist testifying Routh not meeting the state's legal definition of insanity and knows what he did was wrong.
I'm Dave Perkins. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
From the KFNX Weather Bug Weather Center. This morning is clear, the low 50. Today we get some sun Saturday, a nice day. Light southwest breezes 75. Into your evening clear, dry 50. Sunday more sun, the high at 70. I'm Dave Murs from the KFNX Weather Bug Weather Center.
Currently in downtown Phoenix, it's 56 degrees.
All Arizona, all the time. Check out our locals list on Twitter. View our update widget at 1100kfnx.com.
Learn about business at the 7th Annual Catholic Business Expo on Sunday, February 22nd from 7:30 a.m. until noon at the Blessed Sacrament Church of Scottsdale. The Catholic Business Expo will feature business education sessions and exhibitors from financial, health, building trades, and many more. To get all the details about the 7th Annual Catholic Business Expo on Sunday, February 22nd from 7:30 a.m. until noon, visit the Scottsdale Parish website, blessedsacramentscots.org. That's blessedsacramentscots.org.
It's the Business to Business Network show. We're getting started this morning, waking up. I hope you're having a great Saturday. We are talking real estate every Saturday, giving out names and phone numbers. My name is Rex Perry. If you miss anything, you can go to our website, 123bz.com. Our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group. We are your award-winning mortgage banking firm.
Fantastic. And we are doing a remote broadcast from a beautiful home out in Northeast Mesa. And Joe is the listing agent and our first guest. Joe, give us your last name.
Troppel.
And introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm with Realty One Group. It's me and my wife are a team at Realty One Group. We kind of just moved over there from Solutions. Been in the business for about 4 years. She's been in since 2008, so a little bit longer.
You got a background in financing, too.
I do, yeah. I was actually loan originating for a little while before I came to the light side of the business.
Thank you, Jeff.
Takes all kinds.
My wife is to thank for that one. She's the one that really convinced me. I didn't want to go at first. I had licenses in 3 different states to originate loans, and it just got rolling in it, was just getting into it, learning the business. And then she drops the ball on me. You should quit that and come to real estate. I put up a fight, but happy wife, happy life, and here I am.
And you love it. You guys have tremendous success.
You guys moved about 50 properties last year, correct?
Yeah, 50 last year, about 47, and then 50 the year before.
And
Fantastic.
4 years in the business. That's fantastic.
That is.
She made a good choice. I'll take care of the
She's
financing.
a good coach.
You take care of the real estate.
And I feel like I don't work a day in my life, so it really...
Because you love it.
Yeah, it's just every day is different, and I just love every single thing about it. It's
Excellent.
awesome.
Now, we're broadcasting from a beautiful home. Give us a walkthrough of this house.
It's an amazing custom home. The uniqueness of this home is that it's on an acre in Northeast Mesa, just off Hawes and McDowell. It's got a guest house, pool with a water slide. It's in addition to the guest house, which the previous owners used as a daycare center. The current owners run their business out of it currently. It would also work as a great workout facility because there's no walls. There's just a bathroom sink in there, and you can use it as pretty much whatever you want. If you wanted to turn it into a real guest house, you could put some walls up with very little cost. And in addition to that, you have a woodworking workshop behind that. One of the coolest features about this house is that in the backyard they have the coolest tree house you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's got electricity and cable running to it.
This is so cool. Cable TV.
And they're made, and so kids love that. It says warning boys on the side. There's, drinking fountains below it. Lush grass in the backyard leads you to a sunken-in trampoline where the kids can play. It's just like if you have a big family or kids, this is the perfect place. This will be the house where they bring their friends. So it's
at least you know where they are.
Yes.
Well, somewhat. It's a huge property.
You could get lost
on the property
here.
somewhere. It's the main house is 4,500 square feet. It's 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths, and then you have the guest house with another bathroom in there. Most of the house is on a single story. We have to advertise it as a 2-story because there is 2 bedrooms upstairs, just 2 bedrooms and a Jack and Jill bathroom, and then a viewing deck, which you can see.
It is gorgeous.
The most magnificent, especially at night, you can see just like the city lights twinkle, and it's just an amazing property.
And the woodwork in here, you got wood floors, you got tile, this is a really incredible home.
The front door, it all starts at the front door when that thing probably weighs a ton.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good 4 inches thick and about maybe 6 inches wide by maybe 10 high.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge thing just to push it open.
Yeah.
You need a battering ram to get in here.
And this is a custom, they don't have an HOA in here.
No, it's actually on a county island.
County island. This is an incredible property. The list price on this?
$900,000.
Under $1 million for an incredible.
I bet taxes are cheap too.
Yeah, because it's Mesa taxes, so we have the cheapest taxes.
This house in Paradise Valley would be $4 or $5 million. This is a huge piece of property, a lot of square footage, and it's so flexible. I mean, you could do just under $900,000.
I can finance that.
Yeah, he's got money for that.
I'm okay. We're good with that. Minimum of 10% down. We can do a no MI loan so that if you make a few $100,000 a year, which you probably do, if you're buying $1 million, you can write off the entire interest payment versus if you did a low down payment and had mortgage insurance, you make too much so you can't write off the mortgage insurance. So if you are going to do less than 20% down and you are in the jumbo market, you're almost always going to be better off to do what's called a lender paid mortgage product.
Incredible. Now, again, you've got to take a look at this house, especially this weekend to be fantastic. Phone number, how can people reach you?
480-567-2047, and we're going to be having an open house next Saturday. We've actually got 3D photographer here right now where you're going to be able to go online and walk through the house at your own pace. It's interactive. You can see the floor plan. You can zoom in to whatever room that you want and start wherever you want in the house and walk around just as if you were here walking around in yourself. It's really awesome technology.
Give us the website where that's going to be posted.
So that's going to be, you'll see it on your Trulia and Zillow, but this is going to be on troppelselaz.com.
Spell that.
It's TROPPLESSELLAZ.com.
And give us the phone number one more time.
It's 480-567-2047.
Now, what we want to do also is hear the story, how you got this listing and where the people went.
It was great. I had a listing up in Apache Junction, a $500,000 listing. It was on 3 acres, and it was about 3,300 square feet. Got a sign call from somebody that wanted to downsize. So it was the sellers of this property wanting to downsize to a 3,300 square foot property. It backed up to the Tonto National Forest, so you have views on both sides. You're looking at the mountain. You're looking at incredible city views. And I don't think I could have found a better buyer for that property. The sellers for this house were just perfect for it. And they're really happy up there. And
apparently you do a good job because they came back to you to help sell this, which is a great testament to what you do.
Yeah. We run basically our team is 80% referrals, and we keep that by doing a good job for our
Phone number one more time.
It's 480-567-2047.
Jeff.
602-445-9094.
Everybody stay tuned. We're coming right back. C&R Tire is a family-owned business since 1996. They give a lifetime warranty on parts and labor for repairs on your car. They have 5 locations. If you hear this radio advertisement, they will give you a free oil change to any new customers. Just mention the radio show, free oil change, candrtire.com. 480-339-0410. 480-339-0410. Jeff Walker with HealthyPoolCare.com can really help you solve those problems when you're trying to get a pool ready to show, when you're trying to sell a house. He does full pool repair, valley-wide. Jeff Walker, HealthyPoolCare.com, 602-421-7751. If your pool is green, if the plaster needs to be redone, if the pump is making noise, you call Jeff. He'll come out, free estimate, HealthyPoolCare.com, 602-421-7751. He's the best guy in the valley to get your pool fixed. Hello, Arizona. This is Rex Perry with Business to Business Radio. I've been doing a business networking show for 16 years, and I want to say something about business, politics, and economics. This is so important that everybody, every business person in Arizona get registered to vote in the primary. Get registered, vote in the primary, and let's bring Arizona back to the middle instead of the far right. For comments, go to my website, 123bz.com. 123B as in business, Z as in zebra.com. Good morning. Coming back from the break there, everybody. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. And if you're just waking up and turn on your radio, we are doing high-speed networking on the air every week. Our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group.
Talking real estate, wrapping real estate in the Valley of the Sun. Our next guest is David. Give us your last name. Introduce yourself.
Hey, David Crozier, Caldwell Banker out of Cave Creek, Carefree, North Scottsdale area.
You got an interesting background. Kind of introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, thanks, Rex. Kind of the brief story is I had a liberal arts degree out of the Midwest, went to D.C. afterwards to make the world a better place. That didn't work out as well as I'd hoped over time.
It is a better place.
It is a better place. Thank you, my friend. Had a great career, hooked up with a lot of nonprofit organizations out of D.C., got involved in the marketing, PR, communications area. I think I did make the world a little bit better along the way, and moved to Arizona in 2003. Came out here with my wife just to enjoy the good life, Arizona style, as many of us do. Chose the Cave Creek area for the mountains, the views, and the golf courses, and all the rest. And in 2005, at the beginning of the boom, decided to get into real estate.
And you bring that advertising background and that marketing and that branding concept to your business. Explain that. Describe that.
Well, there's a couple things that I got out of the whole nonprofit world. The first is this idea that we can continue to make the world a better place, even as real estate agents. We're helping families one family at a time, and I know all the good agents in the room would agree with the idea that mission comes before commission. It really is all about helping people make really, really important decisions in their lives, and you take that seriously, and good things will eventually happen. I did have an opportunity through my earlier career to work shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand with some of the great advertising minds in the country, working on projects that were pretty significant, pretty exciting, pretty important. And along the way, I learned that as advertising people, marketing people approach projects, they all do it exactly the same way. They begin, as your corporate audience will know, with kind of a SWOT analysis. They call it a creative brief. And they'll break down whether it's luxury cars or laundry detergent, what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats associated with any one product.
That's the word SWOT.
SWOT.
The SWOT.
Strengths,
SWOT
weakness,
analysis.
And he's educating everybody right here. This is important.
Yeah, it's corporate leaders will know it from business planning, but ad agencies do the same thing, and to create a creative brief. Well, I learned in my real estate practice that I could create a SWOT analysis, a creative brief for every single house that I would list.
Interesting.
Kind of a different approach. I'll sit down with my homeowner and with their help list every last strength that I can come up with, every last advantage, every last thing that the perfect buyer will be seeking. At the same time, I want to identify the weaknesses. Because maybe some we can fix. We can paint the kids' bedrooms that are pink and whatever and do something with those. But if it's something like a Western exposure, well, that may rule out certain buyers, but other people will be very excited about it. You know, our snowbirds, our friends from Wisconsin and Canada will
That's
love.
the home we're broadcasting from is very Western.
Absolutely, absolutely. And people are down here for the sun, so what may be a negative to some will be a positive to others.
Coming from Chicago.
And sell them in the winter.
That's right.
So you break all that down and you think really hard about, the bits and pieces that make up the house, and then you step back and think, who's going to be the perfect buyer for this house? I care more about reaching the perfect buyer than I do 300 buyers that won't like the house so much. So I try to get very creative, very experiential, talk about the lifestyle, and help people imagine what it's going to be like to live in the home, not just the list of the appliance brands and all the rest of this stuff. It seems to work.
Important feel on that. Now, you had a major, beautiful listing out, and you work in the North Phoenix, Cave Creek, Carefree area, correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Describe this listing that you've got for us.
Well, I'll actually read the words that I've written.
Okay.
That might fit because, again, it's not about the square footage and all of that, although I will set the stage. It is in the community called Montesano at Winfield, which is a very upscale section of North Scottsdale above Scottsdale Road and Lone Mountain, near the boulders. You can imagine being in the boulders.
Boulders is a beautiful area.
Yes, it
this
is.
home, just to kind of visualize the setting, it does side to Winfield Mountain, so you got these amazing rock piles right in back of the house and great vistas. But what I've written about this one, just to kind of capture the idea, is as follows. See if this works for your audience. An inspired contemporary. Pristine, impeccable home offers a gallery-like setting for a life well lived. With a grand entrance, a flowing floor plan, walls with curving windows, cascading natural light, coffered ceilings, and serene views from every room, this custom home will offer the perfect setting for the art collector or entertainer. And then I go on to talk about some of the details that make up this very beautiful home. And I think it captures the essence of the idea. It's as much art gallery as it is a home, and the person with the art collection is going to say, wow, I really need to see that house. That's the one for me.
What's the list price on this one?
That one is at $1.325.
Beautiful home.
We're not yet on the MLS, so you'll want to call me, David Crozier.
Let's get the phone number.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the shameless plug. 480-748-8890. And my website, if I may, is www.thegoodlifeaz.com. And you can find me there anytime.
And Jeff, those individuals buying this type of home a lot of times just pay cash.
Well, yeah, but that's $1.3 million. It's not $4 million.
Yeah.
And you're seeing more people come back and finance in that area, and financing in the jumbo market's gotten more aggressive, especially under the $2 million level. We can do that home with probably as little as 10 or 15% down, believe it or not.
And incredibly historic low rates.
And rates are cheap. I mean, the ARM rates are in the mid to low threes, and your 30-year fixed, even on a jumbo, is right around 4%.
Incredible.
With no points.
Now, we want to touch on one subject that we want to educate about, estimating value per square foot.
Okay.
Tell us your feelings on that.
Well, I have an opinion.
And we got about 60 seconds. So.
Sure. Lots of people, lots of buyers and lots of agents are fixed myopically about cost per square foot as if it's the be and end all of every home, the ultimate value statement. And frankly, it's the worst statistic that we have in real estate. It says nothing about views. It says nothing about amenities, nothing about the kitchen, nothing about the quality, nothing about the pool, nothing about anything more than price divided by the size of the slab. And to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense that everybody focuses only on that. I don't know any buyers that want to buy an average house in an average community for an average price. Everybody wants something special, and cost per square foot just doesn't tell us anything about that.
That's why you want to work with a great agent. Phone number again, David.
David Crozier, call the banker, 480-748-8890.
And that website?
thegoodlifeaz.com.
Excellent. And Jeff?
It's Jeff Obrasky, 602-445-9094.
Get your financing done. Get pre-qualified. Find out what you can or can't do. Everybody stay tuned. We got to do another break here. 123bz.com. Dave Delvecchio at ABD Printing. You got to give them a call. They can do banners of any size, brochures, business cards. They can help you put together your own magazine. They're a full-service printer, graphic designers that are award-winning. They can do websites for you. They do direct mail campaigns. You need them on your team. Dave Delvecchio at 623-205-6996. 623-205-6996. abdprinting.com. Poolside Pool Repair. Pools, spas, remodeling, plastering, Pebble Tech, all repairs for pools, spas, and water features. New equipment, installation, decking, fencing. They've been in business for 15 years. They're a member of the Better Business Bureau. Residential and commercial, they work with homeowners, realtors, property managers. If you need your pool repaired, call 602-298-0344, 602-298-0344, or go to mypoolbroke.com. C&R Tire is a family-owned business since 1996. They give a lifetime warranty on parts and labor for repairs on your car. They have 5 locations. If you hear this radio advertisement, they will give you a free oil change to any new customers. Just mention the radio show, free oil change, cnrtire.com. 480-339-0410. 480-339-0410. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We're doing high-speed networking about real estate every Saturday morning. My name is Rex Perry. Our website is 123bz.com. Our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group.
And our next guest is Ed. Give us your last name. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ed Drummond with Capstone Realty Professionals. We are a residential real estate brokerage in Central Phoenix.
And kind of educate and introduce the audience to some of these historic districts and areas that they may not even know about in downtown Phoenix.
Sure, absolutely. Some of these historic neighborhoods are really emerging right now. You see a gravitational pull towards the center of town. Some of these neighborhoods, in particular one that we're affiliated with, is called Coronado, and it is boundaried, let's see, by Thomas on the north, McDowell on the south, 7th Street on the west, and 16th Street on the east. And this is a neighborhood that we're now proud to be a part of and really excited about.
And describe, these are homes built in, what, 30s, 40s, and 50s, but they're being renovated.
Correct. A lot of them are being completely rehabbed. You'll find a lot of 2-bedroom, 1-baths, but you'll also find homes that are a little bit bigger. The price point is generally in between the high hundreds to maybe $300,000.
Yeah, and see, that's still very affordable.
How far from the light rail?
From the light rail, we're probably about 2.5 miles.
Okay, that's close. Great. And people working downtown, young professionals, that's the market.
Absolutely. A lot of people that just want to be where the action is. We're walking distance of like Roosevelt Row, walking distance to a lot of the great new restaurants that are opening up along McDowell and along 7th Street. It's just a cool place to be.
And you've got an event coming up. We want to mention that.
We do. Thanks for mentioning it. Carnival de Coronado is coming up next Sunday on March the 1st. It's an all-day event where people can come in and tour the historic homes. In addition, it's going to be more family-oriented. Starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, things for the kids. There's going to be a parade. There's going to be food trucks. There's going to be bands that are going to be playing throughout the neighborhood. There's a lot of fun things for the whole family to do.
And what's the price range on these homes, just generically?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking maybe between the high 100s, maybe 170,000 to, the high 200s is pretty standard.
And that's really a great price range because that obviously, keeps you within the FHA limits.
Oh, absolutely.
As well, which is 271,050. So, even some of these older homes, if they need work, you've got the FHA 203K. You've got, for the higher end properties, you've got the Fannie Mae home style. So there are a lot of loan programs out there that if they've not been updated and remodeled, which I would think would be one of the drawbacks for a young couple buying a home like this. Hey, well, it's $230,000. We can totally afford the $1,300 a month payment, but it needs $50,000 worth of work. It needs a new kitchen and bathrooms and all that. We just don't have the money. What they need to understand is that there are loan programs, both FHA and conventional, that they can do all that remodeling and build it into the loan.
Oh, absolutely. And, a lot of those houses, like Rex had mentioned earlier, are getting rehabbed and being done really, really nicely. The families that are coming into the area, or the people who are moving into the area right now, they love the sense of community in Coronado. As somewhat of an outsider looking in, Coronado brings a sense of neighborhood that you just don't find too many places.
Do you have a listing there? What's their location on this one?
Yeah, so we've got a listing over in Melrose Manor. It's off of just north of Indian School, just west of 7th Avenue. It's at 4322 North 9th Avenue. It's a remodeled home, absolutely beautiful. Price per square foot is very low because the house is actually a newer build. 2275 square feet. So it's like bringing a house that, people would expect on maybe the outskirts of town where they're building, ranch-style homes, bringing it right into the middle of Melrose Manor.
Wow.
Just a block away from, all the shops and cool places that Melrose has to offer.
And list price on that?
That one is at $375.
And for financing on something?
Well, for financing, obviously, that's not going to work for FHA.
Right.
Unless you have
conventional.
A very big down payment, but conventional works easily. There is a new 3% down conventional program that Fannie brought back to the market a couple of months ago. Honestly, if you've got a little bit of extra cash, the 5% is a great program. Mm-hmm. Your payment on that, you're going to be somewhere in the probably 5% down, your $350,000 loan, probably in that $1,600, $1,700 a month range with taxes and insurance.
And these homes are renting for $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Absolutely. Yeah, this one would probably rent for $1,800, maybe $1,900.
Yeah. And you'll buy it for less than that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And again, you're downtown. A lot of people coming to the Valley are looking at these new home subdivisions, and you're kind of far out on the outskirts, especially if you're working downtown Phoenix. These are homes that in the Coronado area that you can live there, go to work, and close enough
live
to
and work in your same neighborhood.
And come home for lunch and go back to work. I mean, that's how close you are.
Absolutely. And just getting to, what I see downtown in Coronado more than any place, including the neighborhood I live, is the sense of community. Everybody knows everybody, and that's cool.
It's safe and fun. It's fantastic.
That's so not Phoenix.
It's not, right?
Which is exciting. It's really great to hear that the downtown, the old inner city areas are being revitalized. They are all over the country. Every major city in the country has experienced this, and they're the most exciting, dynamic places to live.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go. It's nice to see that's occurring here.
People
too.
come from the Midwest here, and they say, "Hey, I'm sick of stucco. I'm sick of saguaro cactus." Give Ed a call. You've got the Midwest in downtown Phoenix. That's what it feels like.
It's still sunny down there, guys.
And it's big, beautiful trees and everything too. Yeah, it's not freezing.
It's still sunny.
But it feels like home is what I'm trying to say. And so, what's your phone number? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can reach me at 602-354-5404. It's my direct line. And, look forward to helping people get down there.
Website?
www.capstonerealtypros.com.
And phone number one more time.
602-354-5404.
To get pre-qualified.
Jeff Obrasky and Homeowners Financial Group, Arizona's award-winning mortgage bank. Actually, we're supposed to just say your award-winning mortgage bank since we're in so many states now. 602-445-9094.
Get pre-qualified and then get a house. Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Laura Ingram mornings, Dennis Miller middays, Herman Cain afternoons, Michael Savage nights on Independent Talk, 1100 KFNX.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Dave Perkins. What President Obama has to say at his anti-violent extremism summit, not getting high marks from the pundits. The Blaze Radio's Tom Peace reports.
It's not a clash of civilizations. The president seems so concerned to prove the West is not waging war on Islam, but he won't recognize the fact that radical Islamists are waging war on the West and the United States as the leader of the West.
That's Arkansas Republican Senator Tom Cotton. President Obama saying we're not at war with Islam at a 3-day summit called Countering Violent Extremism. The words Islam and terrorism left out of the title of the White House summit.
That's why this summit that he just called over the last 3 days, I think, shows that he's not yet taking the threat seriously. To call it violent extremism and not to call it radical Islamic jihadis just goes to show that the president is once again underestimating our enemies, just like when he called the Islamic State the JV team a year ago.
Cotton on the lead with Jake Tapper on CNN.
Yet another giant Obamacare fail. The Blaze Radio's Kay Long with the latest.
Those using Obamacare asked to wait to file their taxes because about 800,000 people sent incorrect tax information. And about 50,000 Obamacare customers already done with taxes may have to resubmit. The incorrect information listed in Form 1095A, the administration promising Obamacare customers getting the corrected forms before the April 15th tax filing deadline.
The Blaze Radio's Brad James says Josh Earnest expects an appeal to the Texas judge's immigration ruling to be filed early next week.
We continue to believe that there is a solid legal foundation for the steps that the president has taken to bring some accountability to our broken immigration system.
Ernest speaking in a daily press briefing. Ernest saying the Justice Department will seek an emergency stay, which would allow President Obama's executive actions on immigration to proceed.
Papers for the stay to be filed Monday. I'm Dave Perkins. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
From the KFNX Weather Bug Weather Center. This morning is clear, the low 50. Today we get some sun Saturday, a nice day. Light southwest breezes 75. Into your evening clear, dry 50. Sunday more sun, the high at 70. I'm Dave Murs from the KFNX Weather Bug Weather Center.
Currently, in downtown Phoenix, it's 56 degrees.
For local news, links, and great giveaways, join KFNX on Twitter. View our update widget at 1100kfnx.com.
I'm Amy McClure, owner of A&M Mechanical. When my customers have no heating or cooling in their homes, my service trucks have to be ready to respond. So we rely on National Automotive Repair. They keep our entire fleet up and running all year long. Of course, we also trust National Automotive Repair with our personal vehicles, too. My company strives on providing service with integrity, so I choose an automotive repair shop that does, too. I trust National Automotive Repair to care for all my vehicles. I can rely on them to be honest, timely, and fair with every visit. You, too, can trust National Automotive Repair. They will care for all of your vehicle servicing needs.
Hi, I'm Randy from National Automotive Repair. National Automotive Repair has been in business since 1997, and I built this business on the basics of honesty and integrity. NAR is an independently owned Napa Auto Care Center. We are also an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence shop. We have always been rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Give us a call at 602-978-3278, 602-978-3278, or visit us at narepair.com.
Cruise boat on Lake Pleasant.
Climate controlled for your comfort with a full service bar.
The Phoenix features daily cruises, live music cruises, dinner cruises, or your own private charter cruise.
Hi, this is Caitlin.
And I'm Captain Clint, inviting you to enjoy our desert sunsets on Lake Pleasant.
Bring your out-of-town guests to experience our oasis in the desert.
Mention KFNX and receive 25% off tickets for a daily cruise.
For more information, visit our website, lakepleasantcruises.com.
Hey, welcome back from the news, everybody. If you're just waking up on a Saturday morning and turned on your radio, we are doing the Business to Business Network show. My name is Rex Perry. We talk real estate every week and give out names and phone numbers. They'd love to hear from you, ask questions, and get off the fence, get in the water, buy something. It's a great market. Our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group.
You got to have the money to buy the house, and he can help you out. And our next guest is Jay. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Jay Jordan with Morrison Residential.
And Jay, you've got some listings that we want to talk about. Let's talk about the first one there.
Top of the list is going to be Arrowhead Lakes. We're priced at $457,000. We've got 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, just short of 3,000 square feet, actually on the lake, and the home does come with a boat. It's a beautiful home, wonderful views, and can't beat it.
This is a unique area. There are a limited number of homes with these water communities, and this is one of the few on the west side, right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you've ever driven like from Scottsdale, out towards the football stadium, you go through the pass, if you will, to get in the West Valley. And a couple miles down the road, every now and then you look to the right and go, wow, look, there's lakes over there.
Yeah, there's water.
That's Arrowhead Lakes.
And you're in a great location because you're relatively close to the I-17. You got the 101. Kind of help us fill in where we're at with this.
Essentially, you're just north of the Cardinal Stadium. You're a little bit east of the Surprise Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So you could literally be anywhere in minutes right off the 101. There's great hiking around. Great shopping. There's a mall nearby. It's a wonderful area.
This is great. And list price on this?
We are at $457,000.
$457,000 for this on the water. What do we got for?
It's payment? The water. You're just over conventional. So if you put down 10%, that brings you right into that 417 area. And you're going to be somewhere in the low 2000s. With taxes, insurance. I'm not sure what the HOA is there, so you might want to add that to it.
On the water. For that amount, that's an incredible
And those homes
price.
are fairly new. It's probably all up to date.
It is. It has been remodeled. It's got great wood flooring, plantation shutters, wonderful paint.
This
new
is a
countertops.
supply and demand situation because you've got a very low inventory of homes that you can find like this. So if you're a visitor to the valley, you've got to see this because you just won't believe Arizona can look like California is what it is.
Right.
It feels like it's on the water.
And we've got buyers coming from California. I've got Canadian buyers flying in to take a look at the home, so it's wonderful.
Great. You got another listing you want to talk about?
I do. We just put on the market Mountain Shadows area, 2355 East Evans. We're priced at $200,000. 3 beds, 2.5 baths, just short of 1,700 square, right off of Cave Creek and Thunderbird area.
Cave Creek and Thunderbird. Okay, so
That's
you're
sort of
is that Moon Valley?
Just outside of Moon Valley.
Okay,
if you,
I know where we're
if
at.
you Cactus turns into Thunderbird as you go west, and
That's
you
right.
drive by the Point Resort and the golf courses.
Beautiful
and,
area.
And all in there.
You got all those mountains. You got the hiking trails.
Correct.
And what's the list price on this again?
We're at $200,000 actually right now.
$200,000.
It's got its own pool.
The BMW lease
This
payment.
is a car payment, folks.
So $200,000 FHA conventional, 3.5% down, 5% down. You're looking at a payment, with mortgage insurance, taxes, insurance, and everything, probably in that $1,300 a month range.
Oh my gosh! How many bedroom? How many bath on that again?
3 bed, 2.5 bath.
That is, you cannot rent it for that.
Nope.
First of all, single family homes are getting harder and harder to rent these
Correct.
days. So that's great. Did you have another one you want to talk about?
We actually just sold the one in Waddell.
Let's hear about it.
That's good. We like to hear just sold.
We were rehersing and talking about that.
But just sold is good.
First of all, Waddell is where?
West.
West.
Right near the White Tank Mountains.
You're going towards the Wickenburg.
It's not as far as Buckeye.
No, definitely not. But it's got beautiful views, and this is one of the only homes that I've seen as of late at this price point that gives you those unobstructed views of the White Tank Mountains. So we've got 4 beds, we've got 2 baths, we're just over 2,000 square. We've got solar panels, we've got tons of upgrades, travertine flooring. It's a beautiful home, single level, no stairs.
And let me introduce this a little bit more because I am a native. I was born in Prescott, and to get to Phoenix, we used to have to go through. You guys don't even know this, but had to go through Wickenburg.
Right.
And as you're heading out that 60, it's actually grand, and you just keep going. But Waddell you got these full acre. In fact, how much land was it with this one?
We are just short of 12,000 or 14,000 square feet.
Wow, that's a big piece of
an
property.
acre.
Yeah. What did it sell for? List price? Oh, wait, you have it. It hasn't closed yet.
We had it listed at $230. That's all I can say.
And
bam. Oh yeah.
And
we
it's
had
under?
showings every single day and multiple offers.
How many days on the market?
14.
Wow.
Okay, so people out there, if you're going to sell your house and you hear that things are slow, they are slow, but they're slow for half the homes that are mispriced. Either they need work or they're overpriced and they're sitting. There's the other half of the market where if you price it right for the area and it doesn't need work, you will sell that house in days or weeks.
14 days.
And you will get multiple offers. This is not uncommon. In Waddell,
it's remote.
This isn't in downtown Tempe or Phoenix, Scottsdale or Paradise Valley. It's a great lesson to be learned out there that if you are in the market and thinking of selling your home, you need to price it right. And for clients of mine, and I coach them on this, because I'm doing the financing for the buyers. If you're going to look at a home and it's 3 days on the market, you do not offer 10% below asking price and ask for 3% for closing.
It's not going to work.
Okay, maybe if it's on the market for 6 months, you can try it.
That's right.
Okay, but if it's priced right, they will sell.
Yeah. So and also work with Jay.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Well, at Morrison
Obviously, he knows how to tell his buyers to price their homes properly.
That's right. There's such thing as pricing your home outside of the market, and we definitely coach you through and help you stage your home, et cetera, et cetera.
Anything else you would like to add about your group, about the listings? Any other listings you want to mention?
We're a boutique brokerage. We offer top-notch service. We have a team in place, and historically, obviously, a team always outperforms an individual. So we'd like to work for you.
Phone number
602-388-5841.
And the website?
www.morrisonresidential.com.
morrisonresidential.com. Phone number one more time.
602-388-5841.
If you want your home sold, and Waddell is a little bit remote, the fact that they sold that in 14 days, but it shows that the market...
I can guarantee you it's going to be close to list price.
That's right.
He can't say anything, but that's what happens.
Yeah. And
it's Jeff Obrasky, 602-445-9094.
Get pre-qualified with
so
Jeff.
that when you want to buy this house,
you can close.
They'll sell it to you.
Gentlemen, thank you. Everybody stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Ross.
Dave Del Vecchio at ABD Printing. You got to give them a call. They can do banners of any size, brochures, business cards. They can help you put together your own magazine. They're a full-service printer, graphic designers that are award-winning. They can do websites for you. They do direct mail campaigns. You need them on your team. Dave Del Vecchio at 623-205-6996. 623-205-6996. abdprinting.com. CNR Tire is a family-owned business since 1996. They give a lifetime warranty on parts and labor for repairs on your car. They have 5 locations. If you hear this radio advertisement, they will give you a free oil change to any new customers. Just mention the radio show, free oil change, cnrtire.com. 480-339-0410. 480-339-0410. Hey, thanks for coming back with us, folks. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. That's what you're listening to. My name is Rex Perry. If you miss anything, you can go to our website, 123B as in business, Z as in zebra.com. Our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group.
We're talking real estate with the real estate agents of the Valley of Sun. Our next guest is Jeff. Give us your last name.
Jeff Kortler, Remax Sun Property.
Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us your background.
Well, I moved out here from New York, then Michigan, then Arizona, which I'm going to stay.
Good, because it's better weather.
Absolutely. No snow.
Cheaper.
And it's very, very beautiful this time of year, and you are seeing a lot of activity. We've heard from the different agents that the phones are definitely ringing.
They are. Last year it was steady all the way through, just like a lot of the experts predicted. This year they're anticipating after the first quarter things will really pick up.
Excellent.
So you're really going to see a lot of activity after March.
Did you have a listing you want to talk about there?
Yeah, I got a few of them. I got a short sale up in Fountain Hills.
No, wait. Say it again. Short sale. These are rare.
Yes, they are.
And tell us about this one.
Well, in December, foreclosures ticked up a little bit. Mm-hmm. This one is a luxury home. It's over 6,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, great views. Just an unfortunate situation for the seller.
A true distress sale.
It is. There's a medical and a financial distress there.
Now, this is a luxury home. Kind of give us a little bit more description on this, because first of all, Fountain Hills is
Let's talk about
gorgeous.
Fountain Hills first.
Yeah, tell us about
Fountain Hills. For
Fountain
those who are
Hills.
new to the Valley.
Yeah, they don't even know about this.
Well, Fountain Hills is like one of the Valley's best kept secrets. It's a very small community. There's about 22,000 population. There's a moratorium where it can't get over 35.
Wow.
Okay, it's kind of cut off from everywhere else. The thing that's unique about Fountain Hills is the community atmosphere and the views. You don't have any views anywhere in the valley like you do in Fountain Hills. And it's right next to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Right adjacent to it. And only 25 minutes to the airport.
And they call it Fountain Hills because?
Because of the fountain, the world famous fountain.
Every 30 minutes, right? It goes off.
Every hour for 15 minutes, yeah.
And so it's one of the tallest man-made fountains in the world.
Yeah, at one time it was the tallest in the world. Then Dubai took it from us.
those Arabs. Anyway, so that's where.
That a boy, Rex.
No.
Thanks, Rex.
I'm with you.
And that's why we do this show. But anyway, we talk about this luxury home. Now, describe the views in the home on this.
Well, the views are really spectacular. You've got Red Mountain off in the distance right there, almost just about. You're on a big wash. There's nobody behind you. You have Mesa, city lights, and it's just peaceful.
Rather large national forest out there.
Tonto National Forest, yeah.
Some odd 100 million gazillion acres that nothing will ever be built on.
It's gorgeous.
That's correct.
List price on this?
$1,595,000.
$1,500,000. What do we got on jumbo on that?
I got $1,300,000 or so for you. You bring in the 2, and we'll take care of the rest. But you'll need 15% down minimum, and you've got a wide variety of products now in the jumbo world. You've got your 30-year fixed, your 15-year. Your ARM product is probably the most popular in the jumbo market. Most people with jumbo loans don't keep them for 10 or 15 years. So why wouldn't you do a 7-year ARM and have a 3/4 point lower interest rate? They're just not going to be in that loan for 15 years.
Yeah.
So the product is out there. The one thing in the jumbo world is you still need pretty good credit. You need to prove your income.
Yeah. And you're getting,
and you need reserves.
And you're getting this home, and because it's a distressed sale, you're getting really a good value. And they're
probably about 18% under market value.
Yeah. So
you're going with instant equity.
Is there a first and a second? Or
There's a first and a second.
Same lender?
No, different lenders,
Okay.
but totaling about $2 million in loans on it.
Yeah, that's good. You can get a great deal. Phone number, how can people reach you on that?
480-510-7061.
And give us, did you have another listing you want to talk about out there?
Yeah, I've got got a client that is doing a fix and flip on a property. We got it at a good price, and it's got 3,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 3-car garage on an acre. Which you don't get too many properties on an acre lot in Fountain Hills.
Yeah.
And that's got really good views as well.
Price on
that's going to be $699.
That's again $699. You can do all kinds of,
and you can be more aggressive. Now you're under that $1 million threshold, so down payments as little as 10%. And again, the same variety of products. We've got a great 10% down with no monthly mortgage insurance. So it's a lender-paid mortgage insurance product, which works really well in the jumbo market because if you make over $100,000 to $120,000 a year, you can't write off the mortgage insurance.
Right.
Okay, so for the jumbo buyer who doesn't want to put down 20%, they're better off putting it in the rate where the interest is fully tax deductible.
Yeah. See, and to get good financial advice like that, phone number, Jeff?
602-445-9094.
Get pre-qualified on that. Now, if you're hearing this show and it's a beautiful Saturday, call Jeff and come out and see some of these homes just to get a feel for Fountain Hills. What's your number?
480-510-7061. And I'd also like to add that this weekend we're having the great art fair is in Fountain Hills.
Yeah, come on out, see these homes, take a look at describe the art fair for the audience.
It's one of the biggest in the country. We have it twice a year, November and February.
Big paintings,
sculptures.
Right by the fountain.
Yeah, right on Avenue of the Fountains in Saguaro.
It's
a great time.
Make
Food.
a weekend of it. Go out and enjoy the weather.
It's going to be 82 and sunny.
It's going to be fantastic weather, and you got to experience Fountain Hills. It's literally the whole community is a resort.
So
it is. It's a resort community.
And for people who don't know how to get there, you take the 101 to Shea Boulevard in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And you go east on Shea.
Stay on
You go
Shea.
up over the big hill. You can't miss it. Okay, and all of a sudden you get to the top of the hill,
and you see 4 peaks there.
Yeah.
And there's 4 peaks out in front of you and some amazing views, and that's Fountain Hills.
You will love this location, and it's so unique.
And it is beautiful. The first time you drive out there, it's pretty cool. You come, you wind, through this hill up over the mountain, and there's the desert out in front of you.
Take Palisades, your first left. When you get up to the hill and you see 4 peaks, turn left on Palisades. Yep. That's a nice view going down
Winds
there.
You down.
Phone number if they want to reach you.
480-510-7061.
Get a tour of Fountain Hills and your website?
azjeff.com.
azjeff.com. Phone number one more time.
Wait a minute. That's
480-510-7061.
It's Jeff Obrasky. I am not azjeff.com. But if you email me there, I'll forward you over to this Jeff. 602-445-9094.
Thank you, gentlemen, so much. We got to do another break here. Stay tuned for the last segment of the show. We'll be right back. Hey, Phoenix, bored with the typical dinner and movie? Want to take your happy hour to the next level? Get artsy, grab a drink, and learn to paint with Social Canvas. TheSocialCanvas.com gives classes, children, adults, remote locations, make it fun, team building. TheSocialCanvasAZ.com. TheSocialCanvasAZ.com. 480-278-1947. 480-278-1947. PremierSocialMedia.com, helping clients build their online reputation one like at a time. We are a full-service social media marketing agency offering advertising and leads, management and creation, expansion and engagement, photography and design, classes and webinars, consulting and coaching. Call us 623-826-0309, 623-826-0309 for your free phone consultation. PremierSocialMedia.com. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. Again, if you're just waking up, just driving around on a Saturday and happen to stumble into us, what we do is give out names, phone numbers of real estate agents, and our co-host is
Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group.
And for our final segment, Sandy is our guest.
Sandy Keppen, 602-206-0164 with Remax Solutions.
Give us a little bit of introduction on yourself.
Okay, my husband and I lived in Washington State for quite a while. I did financial planning up there and then went into the real estate segment, which they really tie well together. Then we had friends down here, came to visit, and that's all she wrote. We love Arizona.
Yeah, it's so sunny and 80 versus 40 and rainy.
And wet and overcast.
We get it.
And Idaho is a little bit of a cool state, too.
Yes.
I mean, it can get cold during the wintertime in Idaho.
Yes, yes. That's why we went to Washington thinking it was going to be better.
Well, we're glad
you got to go
here.
Eastern Washington, southeastern
I
Washington.
know. I have a son there.
That's beautiful, though, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And so, first of all, let's talk about your first listing that you got on there.
Okay, I'm really excited. We've got a new listing in Layton Lakes, which is an Ingle-built home, which if you're familiar with that, the construction is wonderful. It's model perfect. It was built in 2008, a little over 2,200 square feet, 10,000 square foot lot. The area has catch and release lake. It has ramadas, just
playgrounds.
Everything. Playgrounds, yeah, just
I lived
enormous
in that area.
Part. Oh, did you?
So where exactly is that?
Gilbert, right?
Right.
Intersection.
Gilbert, Lindsay and Queen Creek. So just south of the 60.
Beautiful area down there.
Right.
You do have a view of the beautiful mountains in the south there.
Right.
It's really a nice area. And having catch and release, I mean, having
My
a lake.
son would love that.
I know.
We were talking fishing last night, and he gets crazy every time the subject comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to go fishing.
Well, and this is a one-story home, which you don't find that kind of square footage normally in a one-story.
A single story. How many bedroom, how many bath again?
4-bedroom, 3-bath, and a den.
Wow.
3-car garage. It's a tandem on one side.
Wow.
It's totally updated. Granite countertops, slate and carpet floors. The kitchen was remodeled in 2014 even though it was only built. So it's model perfect.
What's the yard look like?
Gorgeous. Oh, swimming pool.
Oh, it has a pool.
It has a beautiful pool.
Yeah.
Wow. And even with the pool, it's got a large area because, you've got the 10,000 square foot lot.
Yeah.
So plenty of room for playing ball, whatever.
So this is definitely not an age-restricted
No, this is definitely
family neighborhood.
But I do happen to have one.
What's the price point?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. The price on that is $345.
$345 for all that.
Yeah. So it's great. Great place.
And you got $345, so you're going to be a conventional loan. Okay, you can get in for as little as 3% down. Fannie Mae does have a 3% down program. 5 is a lot better.
Easier, isn't it?
It's just the rate's a half a point lower. The mortgage insurance is over a half a point lower. If you beg, borrow, and steal, borrow from the 401k, ask mommy for a present, get a gift, totally. With all conventional product now, there are no more gift rules.
Oh.
Used to be
that's great to know.
that if you weren't getting a 20% down gift, that you had to have 5% of your own money.
Right.
Fannie Mae and Freddie, about 2 years ago, relaxed that restriction. So if it's a primary purchase for your primary residence, you do not need, it's the same as FHA now, you don't need 1 penny of your own money in the transaction.
Wow.
Which has really made things much easier because, quite frankly, we could make gifts happen.
Yeah.
And why go through all that aggravation of creating a gift?
Yeah.
Just give them a gift.
Yeah, just make it a gift.
Just make it a gift, and who cares whether it's their money, mom's money, Grammy's money, borrowed from their 401k or money they had in the bank.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It really is.
And again, this is a beautiful house in a great location for $345.
And for those who aren't familiar with that area, it's all brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, that's beautiful Santan Mall.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful
which is in
mall.
South Gilbert, and I mean,
the Loop is down there.
Everything out there is brand new.
Yeah.
And it'll only get newer because there are still a lot of farms left, but every single one of them has a for sale sign on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just only a matter of the next 5 or 10 years, and
Well,
it'll all be
Nate
built
Nathan of the commercial group out there, he tied up everything back in the 90s, so he's a major dealer out there. But now you've got an age-restricted.
Right, Sunland Village East. It's built by Farnsworth, which is one of the premier senior builders. And it's on the golf course, close to the restaurant. You open the doors and you just see the golf course and the lake out there. It's 3 true bedrooms, which is hard to find in a senior neighborhood. 2 bath, 2,200 square feet. You can actually see the superstitions from the patio.
Wow.
But the one thing and that one's listed at, we just got a price reduction to $315.
$315.
2,200 square feet.
Wow.
It's a good-sized home in a community like that.
It is. And then Sunland Village East is actually one of the areas that has the lower homeowners fee, $495 versus a lot of them are a lot more.
Wow.
And so let me ask you a question about Sunland. I've had clients in the past that lived in age-restricted communities or in some of the lifestyle living communities.
Right.
And I had a client once and asked, how do you like it here? And he said, the food's great and they pour a good drink. So is the food good? Do they pour a good drink?
Food is excellent. And the restaurant's been taken over the last year by Fat Willie's.
Okay.
They have Monday night hamburgers, lots of activities, woodworking, and one of the premier tennis areas a lot of the seniors go there simply for the tennis.
Yeah.
So it's a great area.
Intersection again, where's this at?
That one is at Sossaman and Baseline, right off the 60.
Okay, so as you're heading towards the Superstition Mountains, you take the Sossaman and go to the right, which is to the south.
Correct.
Of the 60.
Correct.
That's a great location.
Yeah, and close to Superstition Mall, all the other golf courses. I mean, because there's a golf course there also. It's not tied to the course, so you're not paying for something you're not going to use.
Yeah. List price again on that?
$315.
$315.
I mean, basically you're $1,500. Buy it for 10% down. It's a $1,500 a month payment.
So low.
And if you put 20% down on a property like this, so you're at $250,000 mortgage. You'll have no mortgage insurance. You're at probably $1,400 a month for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
You can't rent for that.
You got to make this happen. We got a lot of winter visitors here in the valley. They might be hearing this. You got to give Sandy a call. How do they reach you?
602-206-0164. And the good thing is I also have my son, who's my business partner. He came down here 7 years ago, so you can reach one of us at almost any time.
Phone number again.
602-206-0164.
And Jeff?
602-445-9094.
Thank you both so much. We got to wrap up the show. Thanks for tuning in. Go out and have a great Saturday. We'll see you next week.
Hi, my name is Faith. I have been in pain for 7 years. It started with a work-related injury, and I ended up with a herniated disc and nerve damage. I have been in pain for 7 years and tried many drugs and treatments. I have been taking morphine, Percocet, hydrocodone, and seen chiropractors, physical therapists, and medical doctors. Some things helped me for a while, but nothing brought lasting relief. Finally, I was treated by the clinic, incredibly pain-free, in Scottsdale. And I am so pleased with the results. I'm now able to do the things I want to do without feeling drugged. My back feels so much better, and I'm so thankful for incredibly pain-free.
Incredibly pain-free. Your evaluation is free. Your consultation is free. And your first treatment is free. So to start your pain-free journey, call Incredibly Pain-Free at 480-535-8808. That's 480-535-8808. Start your pain-free journey, 535-8808.
You're listening to Independent Talk, 1100